Welcome back. Had a bit of a thought today. I've been thinking about it for a little while, but today I had a bit more in-depth think about it. I might be considering building a few more breeding boxes like this, just because that one inside is getting a little bit crowded. And I want to try and make some that are pretty easy to clean. These ones aren't too bad, but I'm thinking about using the leftover yellow grating that I've got to put on the bottom of here, have it off the ground like this, and hopefully all the droppings and feathers will come out onto the ground and we can easily clean it up. Might be a good idea because we really do need to ramp up our breeding. These guys just chilling, not much is happening at the moment with them just because they've only been in there 24 hours nearly. What's going on in here? Not much at the moment. I've got to get in there shortly. I thought I'd just get this little video out so you guys can keep up to date with what's going on at the moment. I've actually got to go to work in like 5 minutes, so I thought I'd try and squeeze a video out for you. But it's such a beautiful day, but I'm thinking I need to do a bigger version of this, pretty much the same size, but instead of the 2, we might be able to have 7 across, have it on some proper supports and the grates on the bottom, which might make our life so much easier when it comes to breeding. Because what the problem is, what we have as well, although this little loft is getting pretty crowded at the moment, I'd say I wouldn't want to squeeze any more pairs in here. Generally when they're all on eggs it's not too bad, but what I'm thinking, just because we've got this pair in here, the hen at the back, I think previously she was paired up to this red checker here in the loft, but the problem is she sees him all the time and I don't think she wants to pair up to the mealy that we've put her with. So the benefit of having more external nest boxes is the fact that we can we can leave this nest box free. We don't need to use it. We can take her out where she can't see another cockbird. We have had a little bit of problem here with trying to split pairs up and repair them. So a bit of an idea. I'm thinking it might work. Not something I'm going to build right away, but once we finish building the flying loft, we might be able to build it, because we do need to ramp up our numbers. Unfortunately, we've only got one baby in this nest, which you've seen. We'll have a look at him because at this point in time they grow so quick, and you can see the size of this little fella. Who's this? Dad's on the nest. He's getting pretty aggressive. Look at the size of him. It's a nice bird, that one. I'm actually glad I held on to him, get a few more rounds. And also Big Titan seems to be an ongoing thing with him. I don't know if he's losing his fertility, but he does have a bit of a track record since we've had him of only having quite a lot of nests with only one egg that's fertile. So at the moment there's only one egg in this nest that's fertile. So he is a little bit older. I think he's like 6 years, which shouldn't really affect his fertility too much. But if this continues to happen, then we might have to try and breed some stepdaughters or something back to him, just so that we've got a bit of a backup. Because if he's getting old and he's run out of mojo, I definitely don't want it. Shock's sitting in here on his egg. Well, he's got 2 eggs. He's got no problem with his mojo. He definitely pumps out the babies like no tomorrow. He's a fantastic father. And he's very fertile, that big boy. We've got this little hen in here. She's still going all right. These guys won't be too far away from laying. They've actually settled in super quick. No problems. And Leon Storm's eggs are hatching like we've seen yesterday. So maybe later today or tomorrow we're going to see some little babies, which is going to be fantastic because I do love their babies. And then we'll just have a look at the tigers. Hens on the nest, which is a fantastic sign. She's got to be very close to dropping an egg. Maybe the next couple of days. She's been hanging around that nest a bit, which is a really good sign. So we're going to start getting a few more tigers in the loft, which I'm very excited about, because these ones are going to be pretty much on par with a lot of my other flying racing birds. So they should be pretty good. And then all the rest of the ones that are not on the eggs, just out enjoying the sun. It's a beautiful morning. So we'll go and have a quick look at the flying birds. So zero progress over here anyway. Here's this yellow grating I'm talking about. I've actually got 3 pieces of it. And what I'm thinking about is just tidying it up a bit. It's fantastic stuff. And using this for the actual base of those little breeding pens, I think it'll be a really good idea. And we'll be able to produce some really healthy babies with it, especially if it's up off the ground. No mice or anything's going to get into it. Like, I've never really had a problem with that because we're generally far off the ground anyway. So thinking about it, because it means we can have another 6 to 7 breeding pens. We might not use them all, but they will become very handy if we do want to split pairs up and change pairs pretty quickly. And we've also got separate pens externally that we can put sick birds in, or we can quarantine birds in. So I think that is going to be an idea. It's really good stuff, this, so I want to try and utilize it a bit. I've ordered this, but it's a 2 to 3 week wait at the moment. This COVID's gone crazy, so I've still got another 2 weeks before I can buy this little section done for me, which is ridiculous. And I was hoping to start painting this today, but my phone rang and I've got to go to work. So I was hoping at least to get this all painted black, just with a little bit of time, but it's not working out for me, fortunately. So young birds, you'll notice that's all the young birds we've got in here at the moment. The 2 split barless, we've had both died. The last one actually died this morning. So we're pretty much just left with this little guy. He might turn out alright when he's not split barless, but he was in that nest being raised with them. We've got Shock's daughter, and then we've got a few more here that are looking pretty good that I'm pretty excited about. The babies so far this year, they're a really different level, which is good, so I'm actually pretty happy how they're all turning out. Everyone else is doing pretty well. I've moved the perches in here out of the weather for now. I'm not going to use them, but what I've been doing is just opening up this door, bringing all the cocks into here, and then shutting this door, and then just cleaning everything, because it's easier when there's no birds in there. And then I bring the hens into this section, clean their section, put the hens back over there, and then I put the cocks back in their section as well, which for now it works, but going forward we'll have these spaces out here where we can just push them out to there, clean their section, bring them back in. So definitely liking the sections. The only thing I probably want to do is do some changes to this wire, just so they're not up on it as much, but we'll see how we go. It's not too bad at the moment. Everyone is just relaxing because it's been a beautiful morning. It was a very cold night to get down like 4 degrees, and then this is really good, this position, because the sun comes up and then all the pigeons are out here laying, just enjoying that sun warming up. So I've been working out a few numbers and bits and pieces. These perches are a little bit bigger than what I do plan on putting in here soon. When I get round to doing all the perches, I'm going to put in more box style, a bit narrower and just a little bit shorter. These ones are pretty high, so we can fit nearly double the amount of perches in here. We don't need any more birds. There's quite a few in here at the moment. I generally leave this open too sometimes when I've got more cocks in here, because I've been shuffling around with some pairings and things like that. So I'm hoping that we can get those new box perches in and we can figure out like a good number. I'm really trying to look at around about 20 birds per section. So that could give us up to 80 birds if we were really that way inclined. I'm going to try and comfortably sit about 15 per section. Once we've got plenty of perches in here, and then we've got this corridor section, because this will be open, the birds can go out into there as well. So I feel like we can pretty comfortably fit that many, because at the moment there's around about 16 in here, so we could probably fit another 4 when we've got proper perches set up. And there's, you know, at least double, close to double, or 10-15% more perches in here. We should be pretty good. So if we do want to get that way, we could definitely fit 20 birds in here. And I'm hoping maybe this section over the back here, we might be able to utilize into a different section, because I'm definitely considering this as a motivation section. Maybe looking at racing them on eggs next year, opposite to widowhood, because widowhood's probably a little bit more advanced for me at the moment. So I think maybe we'll try race him on eggs. Maybe we'll just get fake eggs, and then close to breeding season we'll just pair them all up, and we can put probably 10 boxes, 8 to 10 boxes in here, all from here all the way down. And split it down the middle, so we've got box, whatever, and then we can just have them all paired up and be just racing on eggs. But they'll probably be fake eggs. We'll just swap their eggs out. We may let them raise a single baby during there. It is during winter, but if you know, the winters here aren't really that bad. You can breed even in the winter without too much hassle. But if we do just keep them on fake eggs, I think it'll be a pretty good start for motivation, to get my head around motivating the birds. So I'm thinking that's what this section will be. We might just look at putting in some boxes. We might make them into widowhood boxes, but we just won't race widowhood. So we'll definitely have it with all the bits and pieces we need, but that's something I'm gonna do a bit more research around and try and figure it all out. So we could potentially have 20 birds in here, cocks and hens all paired up. So we'll have 10 pair, which might be pretty good. And then we'll just obviously have the rest of these sections, they'll just all be perches. So we'll probably be able to fit 40 to 50 perches on these back walls when we do the narrower, deeper ones. And then hopefully we should be able to fit 20 birds in each section. That's given we probably won't be able to breed that many birds unless we get those breeding boxes built up that we're going to use. So I do need to thin a few of these out, especially the split barless. I do really enjoy the barless, but I'm just going to slow down a bit at the moment because I need to ramp up all my racing numbers. There's Big Beefcake as well. He's still here. He's always got a top perch. He's one of the top dogs. So basically that's where we're at the moment. We're these I was wondering where you bought guys when. I was like, well, I don't have that, got more young birds than that. That's another thing I need to do as well, actually, is put something up here to stop them getting up here, because once the droppings get in these rails, these they struggle to sort of open, go over it. So a lot of things to do, but we'll slowly get there. Time is freeing up over the next few weeks, but we need to breed as many young birds as we can get out, because even the amount we breed is definitely not going to be enough. But we just do what we can do, get this loft finished, get all these boxes in, look at getting some widowhood motivation sections in there later on, just get this whole loft done. And then we can probably, if we get enough birds into this loft, we can look at doing maybe a 1 or 2 rounds for a one loft. I'm definitely keen to do some one loft racing this year. So something I'm considering, so stay tuned for that. I probably should stop doing this video now and go to work, so I'm gonna catch us all tomorrow. Just want to make sure I got a video out, not let work get in the way all the time. Catch us later.